undoubtedly many of us at the moment are going to be spending an awful lot of time sitting down. I know I am, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. We do have to be quite mindful that we don't do this all the time. You don't need me to tell you that it's not so smart, in as much as you don't need to tell me that doing anything for any length of time is particularly smart. So we just have to be a bit clever about this. So first things first, in order to sit, there's a better way to enable us to sit taller for longer. Now, those of you who've had sessions with me will know this, and I call it silly sitting. So as a reminder to those people, and if you've never done it before, then try and follow along. We are going to imagine we are wearing one of those coattails that chaps wear to Ascot, or a concert pianist might wear, the ones with sort of flappy coattails. And you're going to throw your coattails back, stick your bottom out, and come and sit on the edge of whatever it is that you're sitting on. Now, ideally, you want your knees higher than your hips and your feet to be flat on the floor. This way, we stand a chance of our upper body being balanced on our sitting bones, which are at the base of the spine. And if you're not quite sure what they are, you can get your hands in. So you can go around and feel this one and feel this one. And then once you feel the bony bits, that's what you're aiming to sit on, or indeed just in front of it. And wherever you end up, it should feel like it's not too much effort. So if you're straining or something's a bit achy, then just fiddle around a little bit until it's softer and it just becomes natural. We have all the things that we need in our body to hold us up. So in theory, we don't need the sides of the chair and we don't need the backs of the chair. Now, obviously, if you're going to be watching a movie or cuddling up on the sofa, then forget it. This is just a way, a little trick that you can have in your tool bag to sit taller for longer if you're stuck on a meeting or doing work that just seems to be going on and on forever and ever and ever. Now, the temptation when we do sit for a long time is to collapse. Now, this should happen less if you are doing this silly sitting, but if you've forgotten, or if it happens to end up, you'll sort of end up in this sort of collapsed position. And if I were to turn to the side, it sort of looks like a crumpled C shape. And it also doesn't look too good. You can see that the shoulders are rounding, and this front line, as we call it, gets shorter. So if this would be a better position, and this is a less exciting position. So as you're sitting, I just want you to be aware of this front line. And as you can feel your shoulders coming forward and you collapsing in front of the screen, then think, okay, how can I fix this? So we want to think shoulders out, head up, hips down. Okay. Crossing the legs is very tempting. I do it, I can't lie, but in order to help your posture, it is better if the feet are flat on the floor. Now, something else that you can help with is to take a trusty tennis ball. I'm sure there's one lying around, or something similar, maybe a squash ball, or maybe a lemon if you're really stuck. And this can help, if we massage the bottom of our foot, it's going to help the backs of our legs and the back as a whole. So what you're trying to do, if this is the floor, this is the ball, and this is my other foot, you're gently going to massage it around, like super slowly, and you're trying to find every little crevasse and creaky and achy bit. And wherever there is something that's a bit owie, that's where you want to stop and just hang on out there. So if I were to put it on the floor, I can massage right now, and it's feeling pretty easy. I mean, I have just had a 10 series, so I'm feeling pretty good. But in any case, I can still feel areas where potentially could just do with a bit of a 2 minutes hangout. And you're trying to aim for all the muscles in the foot to kind of relax and flop over the side of the ball. Now, once you've done it on one side, you can do it on the other side. And if sitting down it's too easy, then you stand up and do the same thing, because this way you're going to have more weight going down, and you can push as hard as you want, and you'll definitely feel it a little bit more in that way. But it's actually really rather nice. It's like a little self-massage. Now, don't do anything too drastic. Golf balls are horrendous. They're very dense, and if you cause too much pain and like it's like digging your feet into concrete, and who the hell wants that? Also, your body is probably going to freeze up and not do the whole melty movie thing. So start easy, find something soft, and then as your body gets used to it, you can then go something slightly harder or slightly smaller, but just listen to your body. Don't overdo it. Now, also, as we're sitting down for a long period of time, we are going to want to think about stretching a little bit. It's so easy to start tapping away, and the next thing you know, we are 5 hours in, and we have to sort of peel ourselves out. So as and when you remember, or perhaps set an alarm, do some little stretches. It could be so simple as shoulder circles, or taking your neck one way or the other, or just be careful with this one, but you need to go forward because then you can feel a nice stretch along the back here. Or indeed go the opposite way, so you're sort of going diagonally backwards, and I can feel it all down the front. And it feels quite nice. Don't force anything, don't push anything, just take it easy and just go to what you feel most comfortable. Start gently. You don't need me to tell you we're in a bit of a pickle right now, and neither I nor indeed any other physical therapist can fix you at the moment, and I'm sure you don't want to go to a hospital at this stage. So just please use your common sense and take it as easy as you can. Wherever you're feeling a bit sticky, then that's the place where you need to work. So it might be in your hip flexors, particularly if your chair is too short in height, and you might find that your knees are up around your elbow. So you want to be standing up, doing some stretching. You can move it this way. You can pick a leg up and having a stretch down the front. You might want to hold on to something, but use your imagination. This is a time to really learn to listen to your body, feel into it. What does it need? What does it want? Now, the other thing that your body will definitely need is hydration. And the best way to keep a lot of things moving is to make pots of tea. I'm all about the tea. So if you can go to the kettle, to the kitchen, to the kettle, brew a pot of tea, and then come back with your pot, you're going to be pouring it lots and lots and lots, drinking. And so, of course, the inevitable is going to happen, and you'll need to go to the loo. So just think tea and wee, and that should get everything moving. The liquids in and the exercise out. Finally, at the end of the day, it's quite a nice idea, particularly if you have been sitting, is to try and stretch things out a bit. If you have your own routine of stretches, then by all means do that. But there's one super simple exercise that I recommend for everybody, and it's called yin yoga. A lot of you will have heard of it, some of you may not have done. Please Google it. There's 100 different people who teach it online. It's not a pretzel bendy, do anything clever yoga. It really is just rest. I mean, some people will call it sleeping yoga. I mean, you get into position, you're supported by blankets and pillows, and you're just waiting. You're waiting for things to open up and to relax. And it's quite nice to kind of do at the end of the day to signify to your body that it's time for bed. I hope this has been helpful. Try one or two of the exercises I've suggested. Let me know how it goes. Or if you're unclear or need a bit of one-to-one attention, then do get in touch and we can schedule a session.